Yo, what is going on, you Slackers? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you my totally legit, for real final roster prediction. Absolutely. So, you can see on the screen, I got a bunch of question marks. Those are all the new characters I'm going to be expecting now. But let's go over the roster real quick. So, first up, we already know about the characters that are in it, such as Metal Mario, Mr. L, Pink Gold Peach, because you need the princesses, of course. Pauline, she was in Super Mario Odyssey, that's why she's included. Dry Bowser, because he's a form of Bowser, duh. Boshi, because he sounds like Yoshi, absolutely makes sense. So that brings us to our first newcomer, which you could tell is going to be from the Mario series, Birdo, one of the most requested Mario newcomers that are still left out there. I mean, right? Birdo just makes sense. Duh. Gotta have Birdo on the roster. And moving on, we still got another Mario newcomer that I'm predicting will be on the roster. Nabbit. Who else is more popular than Nabbit right now in the Mario franchise? Did extremely well on the Smash ballot. Duh. Everybody knows that. Of course, me, a huge fan of Nabbit. There's no other Mario character that I would rather have in Super Smash Brothers. So Nabbit gets that, obviously. So moving on to the Pokemon series now. Of course, we got Arceus, however you pronounce that, the god of Pokemon, duh. Meowth, such a prominent role in the anime. How can you not have Meowth on the roster? We already knew this. Magikarp, because Splash is too powerful. I mean, Magikarp is in a tier of itself. Dunsparce, because it's Dunsparce. Do I need to explain anymore? Blaziken, because Blaziken's totally better than Charizard. Duh. Let's see. So that brings us to our first newcomer for the Pokemon series, and that is, of course, Wurmple. You guys have seen the screenshots, right? Wurmple was leaked. Absolutely real. Wurmple's on my roster. No questions about it. Absolutely here. Alright, so that brings us to our last newcomer for the Pokemon series that I'm predicting. This one is a no-brainer. Sun and Moon introduced a few things. The Ultra Beast things, that not going to happen. Don't believe in that at all. And then Alolan forms. There's one Alolan form that sticks out to me. I'm calling it the new god of Pokemon. That is Alolan Exeggutor. Who better to represent the Pokemon franchise, especially Gen 7, with a new Alola form? Exeggutor, duh! There's no way they'd make this a Pokeball Pokemon. That just wouldn't make any sense to me. So Alolan Exeggutor gets my last spot for a Pokemon newcomer. It's gonna happen, let's face it. So moving on, row 2. Legend of Zelda series, we already know about Linkle. Of course, Masked Link, because you can't have too many Links, right? And then, sadly, they went with Toon Zelda and Toon Sheik as a transformation character again. Oh well, what you gonna do? And then, I don't know how to pronounce it, Girium, I don't know. The dude from, I don't know, he's a villain in one of the Zelda games, but we already knew about his inclusion, so that brings us to our new inclusion from the Legend of Zelda series, which does actually need a new rep. Fresh face, and we're totally going with Link's uncle, the most prominent character in the entire franchise. Link's uncle. He plays such a huge role in every single game. Everybody's been clamoring for him. It's about time. Get Link's uncle into the game, please. We need him. So moving on to the Kirby series, we got, of course, Rick, Koo, and Gooey, the main three that everybody always talks about when Kirby series pops up. So that brings us to a newcomer for the Kirby series, and this one, on a serious note, Galactonite would actually be a really cool skin, or an Echo Fighter. Just saying that. But of course, Galactonite makes this totally legit, for real roster of mine. Nothing more to say. It's Galactonite. He looks dope. So moving on to the Fire Emblem series, we have Ephraim. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. And then we have Erica. Isn't Ephraim and Erica twins, I think? And if they are, Echo Fighters. It works. There you go. Perfect. Moving on, we got Lynn, because she's totally not an assist trophy. Duh. And then Tharja. Do we need to explain Tharja? I mean, come on. It's Tharja, right? Who else we got? It's a name I knew, so of course it's on the roster. And that brings us to our first and only newcomer of the Fire Emblem franchise, which, on a serious note, I would also love this character to be in. Black Knight. Come on. He was requested on the Smash ballot. Everybody would love him. And I'm being serious right here. I would love Black Knight. That would be so cool. But, of course, Black Knight's going to make the roster, right? Duh. Hands down, easy to add, no problem. So, moving on to the third row, we got the Animal Crossing franchise. The main three of the entire franchise. Tom Nook, Mr. Rossetti, KK Slider. Of course, those were already in the game as playable characters. We knew about that, so nothing new there. Moving on to the Star Fox franchise. The main trio of Star Fox, Slippy Toad, Peppy Hair, and Panther Powalski, I believe his last name is. The main three for Star Fox, of course. Sadly, Wolf got removed, so we have to get a new bad guy from the Star Fox series, right? And who better to replace him than Pigma? Duh! Pigma's the best one out there. Throw him in the roster. I don't know how he's going to work, but put him in, Nintendo. It's going to work. Moving right along, we got Nintendo and Masked Man. We already knew about their inclusion. They were introduced so long ago. Nintendo's been in since '64, and then Masked Man came along in Brawl, so they're still in the game. Now to the Metroid series. We already had Psylocke, and with Metroid Prime 4 in development, we know Metroid is going to get at least one new rep in the series, and who better, honestly, who better to represent the series than Anthony Higgs? Duh, right? I mean, you can't think of a better character to rep the Metroid franchise. Anthony Higgs. That's a shoe-in at this point, right? Yeah, let's go. So, moving on. Donkey Kong series. Another series that needs more reps. Definitely needs more reps, honestly. So, we got the main two. Donkey Kong Jr. and Lanky Kong. The number 1 and 2, the duo of the Donkey Kong series. So, that brings us to our first newcomer from the Donkey Kong series. Knocking out two birds with one stone in this one. Candy Kong absolutely could be a clone or an echo fighter of Lanky Kong because that just makes sense. Duh. And plus she's a female. We always need more females and villains on the roster. Candy Kong, perfect fit. Put her in. Put her in. And that leaves us to the second newcomer of the Donkey Kong series. That is right. I'm expecting two newcomers. And it is none other than Cranky Kong because he's old and cranky. And put him in the roster because I said so. Makes sense, right? So moving on to line 4. We have the, what is this? The Kid Icarus series. We got Magnus, obviously. I mean, these have already been confirmed. We already knew about Magnus, Medusa, and Viridi. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Viridi, that is like an echo of Medusa. We already knew that. That's obvious. Moving on to the Punch-Out series. Definitely deserves 3 reps, and we already knew about 2 in Gigamac and Bald Bull. But I'm throwing in an Echo Fighter at you because it's the Punch-Out series. And that is going to be Glass Joe. Get out of here, question mark. Glass Joe, perfect rep. Going to be a great Echo Fighter of Gigamac. No point to not include him. I mean, what is Glass Joe, 1 in 99? Who did he beat? We'll never know. Or will we? Will you be the first to lose to him for a second time? So will you make Glass Joe number 2 in 99? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so Glass Joe, perfect for an Echo Fighter, right? Absolutely. Moving on to the Pikmin series, of course, we got the main 2, Louie and Brittany. Obviously, no new reps for the Pikmin series, sadly. But moving on, we got the Octoling, of course, the star of the Splatoon series. There's no other Squid Ink things that we could think of. So Octoling, obviously in Black Shadow, of course, the only F-Zero rep that we're gonna get ever. And then moving on to the retro reps, of course we got the main 3: Excitebiker, Balloon Fighter, and Mach Rider. But we do have a new one, and that happens to be Frogger, perfect for a retro rep. Does Nintendo own him? I don't know, but he's a retro rep nonetheless. Frogger, perfect. Just picture him jumping across the screen. That's all he does. He just jumps and hops and stuff like that. But moving on, we got another one here. And this one I think you guys might like. Labo Robot. It's pretty obvious. Not Labo Man. No, no, no. That one would be too easy. Labo Robot. Perfect for another WTF character, I might add. That would be a great spot. So Labo Robot gets that for me. So moving on to the next row. Of course, we got Sandbag, classic WTF character. Cooking Mama from last game, she was the WTF character, perfect. So that leaves us with one final WTF character, which is going to be Mr. U. Does anybody know Sky Skipper series? I actually don't, but I'm throwing him in the roster anyway. So there you go. There's your WTF character. Done. Easy. So now we got to move on to third parties that we already know about. Of course, we knew Metal Sonic, Miss Pac-Man, Mega Man X, Naked Snake, Scorpion representing the whole fighting genre in general, and of course Bomberman, because Bomberman would never be an assist trophy. That would be such a slap in the face. So of course Bomberman's back. But that leads us to the new third parties, and I didn't want to go too overboard, I'll be honest. So I only threw in 8 new third party characters, not too many. Didn't want to go overboard, but the first one everybody's been clamoring for, Sailor Moon. Pfft, duh, Sailor Moon. That's got to be a shoe-in for third party at this point, right? Nobody else. Moving on. Of course, we're going to have... Come on, mouse. You got to work for me here. Okay. Well, it's revealed. Get out of here. There we go. Master Chief. We all know about Nintendo and Microsoft. They're having a huge, just big partnership. They're super friendly towards each other. So, of course, Microsoft's just going to be like, here's Master Chief. Throw him in Smash Bros. It's for free. We don't even need any compensation. We don't need to negotiate nothing. Master Chief is in. Which then makes Nintendo think, you know what? Since we got Master Chief, we might as well get another character from, I believe Microsoft still owns it, but he grew up on the N64. Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day? Yes! Put him in. There's no other platformer that Microsoft owns that we'd rather have. Definitely not some duo, that's for sure. So Conker... absolutely makes it, hands down, gets my vote. But then at this point, I started thinking, Nintendo might think Sony feels a bit left out, and they're on great terms right now. So, of course, Nintendo's going to reach out, and Sony's going to be like, thank you so much for reaching out. Who do you want? Nintendo's going to be like Kratos, because he fits the theme and the style of Smash Bros. Kratos gets involved. It puts his fighting and skills to the test in Smash Bros. For the Switch. Let's go. So, moving on, now that we got Sony out of the way, there's another company that's really easy to deal with to get rights to their characters and their franchise and stuff, and this one's pretty simple. Mickey Mouse. Oh, who else could it be? There's nobody from any video game franchises that Disney kind of owns that we'd rather have other than Mickey Mouse. Mickey, you're in the game. You deserve it. Well deserved, Mickey. I don't remember who this is, so let's reveal. Oh, duh! Goku! Everybody wants him. He's a shoo-in, right? He makes the most sense. He's definitely not debated at all. Everybody unanimously agrees Goku deserves to be in this game. Of course, he's in my totally legit roster prediction, so there you go. You got Goku. And I like to refer to him as Goku's partner in crime. Who better than Shrek? Come on. Shrek takes Ogre. Just think of his moveset. You could utilize... Donkey could come in for his final smash or something like that. Fiona could get in there. There's so much possibility. Put Shrek in the game. Come on, please. And then to complete the trio of Goku, Shrek, and question mark, who could the final newcomer, third-party character be for Smash Ultimate in the initial roster? If you haven't thought about it by now, you're totally way off. SpongeBob? Duh! He's SpongeBob. Do I need to say more? No, it's SpongeBob. We all want him. Hands down. So now, when I usually do these roster predictions, I love to do DLC. And DLC, I think long and hard about it, who the community wants the most. And I think I've nailed this one pretty good. First character is, I know I said Birdo and Nabbit were some of the highly requested Mario characters, but this one, hands down, has to be the most highly requested Mario villain. King Boo. Put him in the game. But on a serious note, King Boo would actually be kind of cool. I would kind of like that. I'll be honest with that. But King Boo easily has a spot for DLC. He's in Mario games, so that makes him a front runner, obviously. So moving on. Again, Mario's the biggest franchise for Nintendo, so Mario's going to get 2 reps for DLC, and the other one, obviously, Chain Chomp. Who else would it be? Duh, he was in Mario Tennis, so that's pretty much a shoo-in for DLC for Smash Ultimate. Done. Moving on. Who else do we got? Stunfisk. Pokemon needs a new rep. Stunfisk would be the most unique fighter because you would never see where he is on the battlefield. He's just laying on the ground the whole time. You'd never see him. You step on him, zap, and you get shocked and paralyzed, and then your character can't move for a few seconds, and then he just explodes you with thunder or something like that. I don't know. Great character, though. Pokemon deserves it. So I think next up is the Legend of Zelda franchise, and of course they need a new rep as well. We already got Link's uncle, which makes sense that we only get Link's grandma in here. Duh, we need fresh faces from the Legend of Zelda series. We get Link's uncle in the initial roster and now Link's grandma for DLC. It's just the perfect pairing. Come on, let's go. That's easy. Let's go. Let's see who's next. I think it'd be Kirby series. We got Rick, we got Koo, we got Gooey. Who's left? Obviously, Keen? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a fish-looking thing, so he's a Kirby rep. Throw him in the game. Nobody else deserves it more than him. Moving on, I don't think I had any Fire Emblem. I don't think I had those. I don't know who this is. Let's just reveal it. Oh, duh. Everybody's talking about spirit modes in Smash Ultimate being leaked and Subspace Emissary 2 and a story mode. Who better to represent that kind of genre than Taboo? Everybody wants them. I've seen it all over the place. Taboo is got to be a shoo-in for DLC. Going to be after the initial game. Obviously, that's what DLC is. Duh. But Taboo makes the most sense. Now, I can't end off the DLC without getting a few third parties that are highly, 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 highly requested. You guys know you want them. I know I want them. But here they are. First one up, Wreck-It Ralph. He's in a movie. He's got another one coming out. It's about video games, kind of. They're tie-ins. Wreck-It Ralph, throw him in. Makes sense, right? Come on. And now another third-party character that everybody, again, wants is, of course, I think he was in the movie Pixels, right? With Adam Sandler. Q*bert. Duh! That's the final. Just think about that reveal trailer. Final DLC character. Q*bert. I can see it now. Prince Money. Prince Money itself. Nintendo would be, insane to not include all these characters that I just mentioned. All the new ones. But anyway, that is it for my final, for real, legit roster predictions for the game. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Did I miss anybody? Blatantly obvious. Maybe I did. I don't know. But again, this is totally legit, for real, my total legit roster predictions. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And but I guess before I go, of course, this was all a big joke. I just wanted to have fun with it. I will have an actual legit roster predictions in September sometime. And that'll be my final predictions. But anyway, I wanted to do that. This was just kind of fun. It's always been an idea of mine. So there you go. That's what I got. My totally legit roster predictions. Let me know what you think. And I guess just hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.